11 Weird Facts. Hello and welcome to the Weird World Facts channel. In this video, we will talk about 11 of the weirdest facts that you didn't know before. Are you ready? Let's deep dive into this video to find some weird facts. Truth behind drink 8 glasses of water. Do you know that the phrase drink 8 glasses of water every day is based on a 1945 suggestion with no medical basis? The current guideline is to drink when thirsty, unless you're outdoors on a hot day or are old, in which case drink a little extra. One man's suicide resulted in the deaths of another 100. It is a true story reported in California 2005. A guy who was contemplating suicide in Glendale drove his automobile in front of a commuter train. The train went off the tracks and crashed with 2 other trains, which resulted to the deaths of more than 100 people. The guy managed to live, despite being condemned to life in prison without the possibility of release. Every child is born a genius. Laszlo Polgar, a psychologist, proposed that with early instruction, every kid may become a genius in a chosen profession. He began teaching his kids chess at the age of 4 as an experiment. All 3 became chess prodigies, with the youngest, Judith, being regarded as the finest female player in history. Elephants can swim up to 6 hours. Elephants are amazing distance swimmers. They are capable of swimming for up to 6 hours and 25 miles, 48 kilometers. Because they are so buoyant, even if they get fatigued while swimming, they may just float to the surface and rest without risking drowning. They can also breathe underwater by using their trunk as a snorkel. China's synthetic diamonds. China makes so many fake diamonds that look just like real ones that the prices of diamonds are going down. De Beers has set up a university to figure out how to tell the difference between natural and man-made diamonds because even experts can't tell the difference. 1880s fascinating communication method. In the 1880s, a common method of communication among farmers was to attach their telephones to barbed wire fences. This method often allowed for up to 20 individuals to be linked at the same time. Everyone's phone would ring regardless of who phoned, and the innovation assisted many farmers in overcoming feelings of depressions and loneliness. North Star. The North Star has a brilliance that is 4,000 times that of the Sun. The light that we see when we gaze at the North Star was first produced in the year 1587, and it has taken it a total of 434 years to make its way across space and finally arrive at our planet. A mother thanks criminals. A man in Florida locked his 1-year-old daughter in his car by accident. 5 prisoners on work detail used a coat hanger to get her out. The mother who took a video of it said, "Those prisoners busted that right open, so thank God there are criminals in the world." Protested against Uber. In 2014, London's black cab drivers protested against Uber by bringing the city to a stop. Because of this, there was an 850% rise in the number of downloads of Uber. World's first traffic light synchronized city. Los Angeles is the world's first large city to synchronize all of its traffic lights. Almost 4,400 lights spread across 469 miles get real-time traffic flow information to make second-by-second changes. The method reduces idle time by up to 16%, while lowering congestion by up to 16%. Most scary movie that makes people leave the theater. The budget for movie Paranormal Activity was barely $15,000, yet it grossed $194 million. People were leaving the screening, leading one studio official to conclude that the film was a failure. They then discovered that the audience members were really leaving because they were too frightened. Travel for free with plastic waste. Residents of Surabaya, Indonesia now has the option of paying for public transportation using their used plastics rather than with cash. You will get an additional 2 hours of travel time if you pay with a plastic card. The objective is to cut down on the amount of garbage produced by plastics, while simultaneously increasing the number of people who use public transportation, and as a result, reducing the number of private automobiles on the road. Lucky couple got $1.7 million. During the time when Apple was purchasing rural property for a new facility, there was a couple who refused to sell the 1-acre piece of land that they had first acquired for the price of $6,000. After rejecting each and every offer, Apple just told them to name a price. They got $1.7 million for it when they sold it. Illegal onion trade. According to the Onion Futures Act of 1958, it is illegal to trade onion futures in the United States. This law was passed in response to two traders who, in 1955, bought 98% of the onions in Chicago and then caused a drop in onion prices while maintaining short bets on onion futures. Arrested for riding a horse on highway. In 2015, a man from Louisiana was caught riding a horse on a highway while he was drunk. When he was pulled over, he said, "The horse knows the way home," which led the sheriff to decide that he wasn't drunk. French Scrabble Championship. A guy from New Zealand won the French Scrabble Championship after memorizing every word in the French Scrabble dictionary. He is still unable to communicate in French. Michael Jackson's childhood fantasy. A grocery store was forced to shut so that Michael Jackson could live out his childhood fantasy of going to a store, shopping there like everyone else, and learning what it was like to place goods in a basket. It was inhabited by his friends and family members, acting as if they were other customers or workers at the store. Michael Jackson died in 2009. Marie Antoinette's fake village. Marie Antoinette built a fake village in the backyard of Château de Versailles, complete with a working farm and fake villagers, so she could pretend to be a peasant whenever she wanted to. Carbon-negative country. Bhutan is the only carbon-negative country in the world. The Constitution stipulates that at least 60% of the nation must be covered with forest, making it a sink for more than 4 million tons of CO2 every year. Nicaraguan Sign Language. In the 1980s in Nicaragua, a group of deaf youngsters began independently developing a sign language that is now known as Nicaraguan Sign Language, NSL. Linguists are particularly interested in it because it is thought to be an example of the creation of a new language that is unconnected to any existing language. As a result of this, it is of great interest to linguists. Dolphins save swimmers. In the 1980s in Nicaragua, a group of deaf youngsters began independently developing a sign language that is now known as Nicaraguan Sign Language, NSL. Linguists are particularly interested in it because it is thought to be an example of the creation of a new language that is unconnected to any existing language. As a result of this, it is of great interest to linguists. We hope you enjoyed the video. If you have learned something new today, please give it thumbs up and ring the notification bell button for our latest video updates.